The aim of the afternoon is to give you just a broad stroke and overview of what's going on in the parish since our last meeting in February 2024. So 2024 has been yet another eventful year for the parish. I could continue to navigate through yet more changes and developments, especially the parish team. Our new pastoral coordinator, Shell de Cruz, there she is, got into full swing in her role in 2024. She had just started in February last year. And so our parish pastoral outreach and liturgies reap the benefits of her presence, her hard work and commitment. Shell will talk to us shortly about that too. So a big thank you to her and for all her hard work during the year. In July, we saw that Daniel Ferguson, our parish catechetical coordinator since September 2018, moved to Southwark Diocese as their new outreach and evangelization advisor. And that is indeed a promotion for him. We were blessed to have him for 6 years, and anyone who has been involved with our parish catechesis, be it First Holy Communion, Confirmation or RCIA, never mind his work on the parish website, will know the huge impact and contribution he made over these years, and we were very grateful to him. We are delighted to have his successor, Daniel Rudge, who is here with us, and she's fulfilling one of the roles of recording our meeting this afternoon, to take up where he left off in his role. She started in September, and she brings with her a wealth of knowledge and experience with young people, and she will also be updating you on our parish catechesis. So I thank her also for her hard work in taking on such a core ministry of the life of the parish. Robert Ewan, our parish secretary, continues to work hard to ensure that the parish office is well organised and running smoothly. And on your behalf, I thank him and indeed all the team for their hard work and dedication. If you remember, the focus of our planned giving and stewardship campaign from September 2023 was our catechesis, and emphasising the importance of having a full-time parish catechetical coordinator. Parish catechesis is the core of our parish evangelisation, and Danielle will talk about that in more specific detail. But you'll remember, just to focus, in September 2023, the confirmation sessions widened to become a youth group encompassing those before and after confirmation. We've recruited nearly over 30 leaders and helpers to support this group. And all of those who attend the 12 p.m. Mass have and can testify that the impact their presence is having for our parish as a whole is incredible. Daniela is working very closely with the leaders on the way forward to consolidate what is a positive foundation of last year's great start. We also want to ensure that those preparing for confirmation receive a solid formation, while at the same time having a forum for the others before and after confirmation sacrament, that they have something to engage with that enables them to really grow and mature in developing their faith journey. It will always be a work in progress. We are truly blessed to have so many leaders willing to give up their time and to be involved and to take on responsibilities to make the sessions interactive and stimulating for everybody involved. Our RCIA program is going really well, and a big thank you to all the dedicated and faithful catechists who are so committed to supporting those who want to explore what Christianity is about, and with God's grace, become a member of the Catholic community here at Ealing Abbey. Daniela is also working closely with Peter and Melon, Augustine, and Stephen and Anne-Marie Devitt on the marriage preparation course, which just completed its session yesterday. And we had we had 15 couples. 3 of those couples were catching up sessions from the previous time. But it was a great atmosphere and a wonderful opportunity. And again, those who go to the 6 p.m. Mass will witness their presence of the blessing of rings and that wider community and the importance of that. I also want to thank all our catechists for their time and commitment and their ministry. They play a key role in supporting and guiding those who want to deepen their faith and build their relationship with Jesus. Our First Holy Communion really is the bedrock of our catechesis in the parish, and it's always been stable, and it's always benefited from very committed catechists who have really just been there throughout all these years, and I give them thank you. One of the areas of concern in particular is our children's liturgy, which happens during the 9 a.m. Mass on Sundays. For the last 14 or 15 years, the Claire Taylor and Michelle Malone coordinated it, organised it, and got the volunteers together. And through their dedication and really commitment to that, it has been a wonderful moment for children, young children, before Holy Communion in the parish to come and find out what the gospel is about. They've moved on, so Danielle is sort of coordinating it at the moment, but we need more volunteers to make it viable and to enable it to continue to be that really wonderful just beginning of catechesis and parish witness that we have. We continue to have a great team, and it is ever evolving. There's so much more that we need to engage with and to do, and to try and respond to the needs and to meet the catechetical needs. But we are working from a very good and solid base. Safeguarding. I want to thank especially our safeguarding reps, Mary-Ellen Collins and Brendan Corrin. Brendan started with us in July, and he took over from Makalita. Makalita, if you remember, left back to go home to Tonga, and she really we were missing her quite an awful lot. She was so involved in so many things in areas in the parish, core areas, and her presence here at daily Mass was really just wonderful. And so she helped the transition and the handover to Brendan. So Brendan is holding the force on the day-to-day issues around the DBS application forms, and we're very grateful to him. But Mary-Ellen obviously is working full-time, but she is able to give us that source and that sort of background of safeguarding expertise from her skill as a school, and in terms of being the head of safeguarding in St. Augustine's, and now she's in Arling and Notting Hill. That she remains and is the source to go to help us in terms of our policies and procedures and the best way forward, and so it's a mind. But we do need a third safeguarding parish rep to support Brendan and her. We need that person to be available during the week to help, as I say, DBS application forms, and to continue to build a greater safeguarding awareness in the parish. We have the legal requirements in terms of notifications and all those agencies and people that need to be informed when it comes into. But we also want to make sure that more imaginative ways of being safeguarding aware, and that is important too, because we can get sort of bogged down or just sort of dismissive. Safeguarding is something that we need to be very conscious of in our daily experience of life, and particularly in the parish. And we want to make sure that we are on top of things on that. So please do pray that we get somebody to support the parish life and safeguarding, because in that we fulfill our mission, and we make sure that our catechesis, and particularly with our young people and those who are vulnerable, is really strong and safe and secure and does what we want it to be. We have a parish safeguarding committee. On that is Monica McCarthy, the head teacher and parishioner, Paula Dare, another head teacher, special needs, and a parishioner, and Marcella Phelan, the Ealing Social Services, that's our background. Together with Father Timothy and myself and our safeguarding reps, we meet 3 times a year. The committee members are a valuable source of knowledge, advice and experience for our safeguarding reps and for us as a parish team. The feedback that they give and the support that they have in matter concern is invaluable to us. And it is a forum where good just for us to take stock and to bounce off them where we are and what we need to be doing. So I'm really grateful for them and the commitment that they are giving in their busy lives as they come to us. As a parish, we always remember and continue to remember in our prayers those who have been abused emotionally, psychologically, physically, and sexually and spiritually. We continue to commit ourselves to do our best to support them in any way we can. We also ensure that we do everything we can as a church, a parish, and a monastic community to make Ealing Abbey safe for everyone, and most especially for children and all those who are most vulnerable. We never stop in that mission. Our finance. A big thank you to all our parishioners who continue to support the parish financially. Those who have increased their donations, those who have started contributing to the standing orders, donation portals, and PayPal on the website. As a result, the planned Giving Stewardship campaign since October 23 is making a huge difference. But like everything, costs keep going up, and we're still not covering the cost of running the parish and maintaining the services we are currently providing. We have put the necessary investments in to make it easier and more convenient to support the parish financially, but managing the future continues to require more and more support. Our new parish chair of our parish finance committee, Laura Forrest, I'm very grateful, Laura, thank you, who has agreed to become the chair last November, taking over from Betty Azzarelli, and she will talk about just a brief few words about parish finances. A big thank you to her for taking on that role, and to all our parish finance committee. Their members are Julie Pearce, the secretary, who is the longest standing member now and continues to be a strong presence and sturdy presence in the committee. Ibi Abassi as our parish pastoral council chair, thanks to her, and to Liz McCory, who has brought a great drive and wealth of knowledge and organisational skills to the committee. And since November, we're delighted to have and welcome Nick Fay onto the committee. And together with Liz, they have already started looking into the ways forward, especially for the upcoming fundraising and funds we need to improve and update our sanctuary lights and their fixtures and fittings. I'll say that a few more words about in a few minutes. And also, the parish is very grateful to them all for sharing their time, their advice and their experience to enable the parish to manage its finances proficiently and plan appropriately for the future. And we thank them for that. I would also like to thank Stephen Ballock, you there, that kind of thing, who has been on the committee for the last few years, very much invaluable expertise and his contribution to the committee. He spoke at the parish the planned giving and stewardship campaign in 2023. He stepped down from the Parish Finance Committee, but he continues to be a member of our Parish Pastoral Council and the Social Committee, and he too will speak on that topic in a few minutes, so very grateful to him. Thank you. We are still, as always, in need of more members and more skills in the areas of engineering, construction and financial expertise. So if you do know anybody, or if you would like to do yourself, please come forward. I'd just like to also say, and a big thank you to our monastery, our Ealing Abbey Trust office, particularly Geraldine Nelson, who works extremely hard throughout the year as the administrator of our parish finances. The parish is very grateful to her for her attention to detail and the diligence in which she shows in organising the parish funds and accounts. Also, Sharon Daly, who's our Ealing Abbey Trust lay bursar, she's also a parishioner, and she attends our parish finance committee meetings. She prepares our parish accounts. The report that we have, which will be coming up in March 2025, the parish finance report, which is the pie chart, Sharon prepares that and puts all the necessary information into that. And we're very grateful to her. Again, the wonderful expertise, advice, and the fact that she's a parishioner is we can be so assured of her commitment to the parish. Our parish care and social outreach, as I say, Shell will talk to you a little bit more about that. She's a member of the Parish Pastoral Council too, and together with Father Timothy and myself, we thank our members of the Parish Pastoral Council, Ibi Abassi, Brendan Curran as Secretary, David Kearns, who just joined the committee last year, and also Stephen Ballock. The Jubilee Year meetings, which took place in November and the follow-up ones in January, numbers were a bit low on the side, and especially on the January morning session, but we're still working on the way forward to how to implement the suggestions made in these meetings. So we have watched this space. We are a step closer to having a parish pilgrimage to Rome, more than likely October, November. We're just doing around costs. And if you are interested, please do let me know. Greg Smith has wonderfully volunteered to start coordinating with the help of Deacon Gordon Nunn. As you know, he organised a lot of the pilgrimages in the last 10-15 years in the parish, and his advice and skills is invaluable around that. So if you are interested, just let me know, and we have a few suggestions going on that. When we have a concrete proposal, hopefully in the next week or so, we'll be publishing that to the parish. Our parish special needs group has 3 liturgies throughout the year, and many thanks to Philly Condrington in particular for coordinating these and organising the Zoom meetings for those members and families. Our live streaming, a new project that we renew W5, again, which started, or you might have come across it in Haven Green Baptist Church group. Shell will talk about in more detail about that, the practicalities. We're very lucky to have so many people who have volunteered, but once we start, it needs to be every week. And so we need to have a consistent number, a solid group number of volunteers, so that we won't be expecting people to come every week, and that we have a reasonable rota around that. Our sacristy, a big thank you to our sacristan Kumar for all his hard work, and we continue to give thanks for his good health and wonderful recovery from his accident in nearly 2 years ago last December. Our administration and maintenance, Radek Mayank, the Abbey Trust Estates Manager, who's been in place since since 2012, and in the role he is now since July 18, with Hubert, our Abbey site caretaker, covering the whole of the Ailing Abbey site, not just the parish. Our coffee shop got a new coat of paint in August 23 and a new floor in August 2024, which the new floor cost around £8,000. And this was done so and paid for by the parish golf days organised brilliantly by Mary Nolan and Eileen Burgess. It's incredible fundraising that they have done and the money raised, and we thank all of you who have been a part of that fundraising and donated so generously. We are planning further refurbishment and updating of the coffee shop. Again, the idea is to make it more sociable, warm, and a sort of multi-purpose room for our older generation and our young people. So I was with Radek on Wednesday, and he's putting together some plans for more improvements in the seating, the lighting, and the tables. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll advance in that. As I mentioned in our last year's parish in-council meeting, the lights in the church are being reviewed. And if any of you who have been going to the masses before Christmas, but up until early December, you will notice that the sanctuary lights were pretty dire. Basically, they were nothing. A lot of them were broken and not working. As a stopgap, we got the cherry picker in, which is quite expensive to do, and it has to be planned, etc. And we were able to replace the lights, and you would have noticed a huge difference in that just before Christmas. However, it's the structures and fittings that are needing replacing in that. You will notice the tabernacle light, it was fixed 2 or 3 times, but the light went, and it's the fixture and fitting that needs to be completely replaced. The light switch box in the sacristy we've been lucky at the moment, but we've had a few times where it's gone bang jacks and things. That needs to be completely replaced. The company that put that in place are no longer in existence, so Radek has been basically doing a fact-finding mission. A lot of these companies, they don't really want to do these, give you their assessments or whatever, unless they're guaranteed of getting the business. So finally, we had 3 companies, and it's going to be a fairly substantial cost. It's looking at around 28,000 to get it done. Unfortunately, there won't be much of a notice because the lights are so good. However, the infrastructure will be up to date and much more energy efficient, environmentally friendly, and will also be much more up to the standards that is necessary for health and safety regulations. That's the programme that Nick Fay and Liz McCory, in particular from the Financial Committee, are working on to work forward a way of funding that. I've already, in the last couple of years, donations that have come through, I've put aside for this purpose. The bill is going to be longer than it was mooted around 12,000, but costs, everything's gone up since COVID as a result. So you'll be hearing a bit more about that. So a big thank you to Radek, Hubert and Natalia. You might have seen Natalia, who cleans the church during the week and on Sundays, for the care and upkeep of the Abbey Church. And finally to the rest of the parish team, Deacons Ian and Alex, and Father Timothy, for their commitment and dedication and hard work to keeping the parish running so smoothly and throughout the year. The parish website constantly needs updating, reworking and adjusting to make sure people can access the information they need quickly and easily, and that we as a parish team can use it as a key tool to getting our messages out there. Daniel, as you know, was basically the power force behind getting it as it stands now, and the key to its success and its ongoing development, and making sure that it was up to date and adjusting and changing or whatever. He is now gone, and we are realizing the impact that is having. So it's working as a forum well for catechesis, and you'll notice that RCIA, First Holy Communion, Confirmation, that information is there, and that's been consolidated. However, the other areas of the parish, it needs far more adjustment, and it needs updating and adjusting. So it is a key area that we do need support on, and we need help around. We've still a long way to go, but as I say, the live streaming of the masses is so much key and part to what we're doing. Live streaming is working well. It has our blips now and again. So just if you do notice you can't get on, please do let us know in the parish office or myself, so we can check it out, and either with church services or in our own setting, find out what the problem is. It was down a couple of days there, but we didn't kind of know until somebody told us, and then we can get around that. Our two donation portals, one at the back of the church and the other at the bookshop porch, are really working well, and a lot of financial support is coming through them. They still need to be monitored because people seem to get vandalized or damage done to them quite frequently. We had to replace them there earlier on last year, and hopefully, so far so good. They've been much better and working well, but they constantly need to be monitored. But they are sort of key part of our enabling finances. Just again to reiterate, because you will notice around the diocese that the parish priest of South Ruislip died there very suddenly, and that will have huge impact on the diocese as a whole, and the number of priests available and around for masses. That Father Timothy and myself are the only two full-time monks in the parish team, but we are very lucky and very grateful to have the support of the community to help us, particularly Abbot Dominic and his role at the 7 p.m. Mass, and in general Father Peter, who celebrates the family Mass, and Abbot Martin, who also is weekly Mass and supports us. Funerals in particular, because if we get 2 or 3 funerals on the row, it really impacts on our ability to continue to do the day-to-day running of the parish and the administration work. So very grateful to them for that role and that support. Very grateful too to have 2 deacons, that we have Ian Edwards and Alex Burke, and their commitment and their support, particularly with the baptismal programme. Ian will talk to you a bit later in a few minutes about their work in the parish and the contribution that they make. They also support our readers, our Eucharistic ministers, and the sacramental life of the parish. Ealing Church's winter night shelter, which Deacon Alex coordinates, continues to be a very strong witness that we make as a parish. And it has been happening the last 6. It happens to 6 Fridays in the new year, basically most of January and the beginning of February. But we still need people to stay overnight. That is one of the things to support. We had 2 volunteers who came forward, and we're very, very grateful to them. But we do need more people to sustain that. People are wonderful in sort of the cooking and the being here during the day, and that's the washing the linen afterwards, the bed linen, whatever. But it's a great witness, and it's a witness that we still need to continue. And as a result, it'll be our Lenten project this year to continue that awareness and that support. Our extra liturgies as a parish, I feel that is key to our parish outreach to those on the fringes, to those who may not come to Mass weekly, let alone monthly. And the key ones are, the last few years, are particularly our liturgy in November for families and friends of deceased parishioners. That happens on the 2nd Wednesday of the month, usually around the 15th of November. This year was our 7th year of this liturgy, and it's an important liturgy for our parish retreat. I give thanks to Fab Boscarelli and Robert Brown and Elizabeth Wareham in preparing and enhancing the spiritual experience by their music of the liturgy. We also have a Mass in November usually on Tuesday at the 6 p.m. for our parishioners all our parishioners who have died over the years. And Shell was very much involved in the preparation and administration about a liturgy for our families and friends, because that takes a lot of time to coordinate, to email them and ask them to support them in any witness we give. But it's a vital outreach and important for us as a parish that people know to be able to come and to feel the sense of community, a community of faith. So the other liturgy is the liturgy we have in May for those affected by suicide. The first one was in April 2019, and then we started again in last year in 2024, and we had one in 2023. So we will, moving on, we've decided that the eve of the Ascension is the day we will have it. We've committed ourselves as a parish to keep trying to support as best we can those who are struggling with their mental health. And to reiterate what I said last year and the year before, that those directly affected by suicide in particular, be it a close relative or friend, the pain so often excruciating doesn't go away. And I appeal again to all our parishioners who haven't had a direct experience or personal knowledge to come to this liturgy as a way of our parish community showing solidarity and helping to carry their cross, their pain, their suffering, and to those who have taken their own lives. This happens in May, and this year we got more people to come from the parish, and it was wonderful to see, and it was wonderful to have them. We had an increase, a significant increase. I think we got up to 40 people, which was wonderful. The previous year, it was down as low as 12 to 14. But we need to keep going and to support that. It isn't going away, unfortunately. It's not, and that's terrifying. And the age profile keeps, everybody is affected in terms of there's no distinction. And so the more we do, the more we show that solidarity, becomes important. And I think it's a wonderful way of showing being true followers of Jesus and true disciples. So I do commend it to you. I know many of you have and do come to the liturgy, and I ask you to please to encourage others to do so. We have our Pentecost Vigil Mass, which is proving to be really good, and it's a good moment of getting all the idea of the different languages and different cultures in our parish, and to just the simple phrase, "Come, Holy Spirit," in the different languages, and to use that as an opportunity also for artwork and to display what is out there and to bring that wider sense of community from around the world that we have so fortunate to have at Ealing Abbey. Our novena in preparation for the Feast of St. Benedict, which is the patron of Europe on the 11th of July, continues, and we will do that again this year. We have a great team at Ealing Abbey, and we should never forget that, and it is ever evolving. But there is so much, and there will always be so much that we need to do, and those to engage with and to try to respond to meet all their needs. There's a lot to give thanks for, and to be inspired by the courage of the Holy Spirit to move forward in bringing the message of the gospel to more people. We have come a long way with a lot of help from a lot of support of so many people, both parishioners and friends of Ealing Abbey. Our continued strength is a tribute to the parish community that exists and has been built up over the long history of Ealing Abbey Parish. And that's something to always remember, and to give thanks for those who laid the foundations and who have been so committed over so many years down through the decades. And I thank all of you very much for your hard work and support to keeping the Catholic life of the Ealing alive and blossoming. Thank you for being here, to showing that interest, for your help and support. We will continue to do so for many generations to come. May God bless you all here for your presence, and those who will be watching this online and the website, may you keep you safe from all harm. And so now that's me over, and we will now hear from those who have been at the heart of that work, that ministry and mission as our parish community. So.